YouTube is my favorite platform. I've been on this platform for many, many years, but the way that I use it is about impact and business growth. And because my intention is very, very clear for my channel, and it's become only more clear over the years, my metrics for success as an entrepreneur on this platform are extremely different than maybe what you are used to. So it's not views, it's not subscribers, and it certainly is not ADSENSE revenue. There is an extremely small percentage of channels that actually generate enough monetization from ADSENSE to make a full-time income. It's a really tough game. It's solely reliant on vanity metrics, which are external. I learned very early on that that was a game that I really just wasn't interested in playing. So I decided to take back the control on my channel and really be my own boss in terms of having my own channel and detach any expectations about views or subscribers or ADSENSE and build my monetization plan in a different way, which is what I want to break down in this video. To date, this channel has generated well over 8 figures in revenue in my business, and I've helped thousands of people leverage their YouTube channels to create clients on demand without needing a big audience at all. One of my favorite examples of this is this video right here, which I'll link to in the description. And it's all about how Jeffrey was able to quit his full-time job with the income he was generating from just 700 subscribers. And there are so many other examples just like that. Let me just share a few before we get into the steps. I've worked with a baker who has 25,000 subscribers and generates $20,000 a month, an acne expert who has 5,000 subscribers and is generating $20,000 a month, a real estate expert who has 56,000 subscribers and is generating $350,000 per month, a government contracting expert who has 21,000 subscribers and is generating $50,000 per month, a relationship expert who has 16,000 subscribers and is generating $40K a month. Language teachers, fitness experts, healers, feng shui consultants, everything in between, you name it, I've supported them in leveraging this unique monetization strategy. Hit like if you are excited to dig into this and learn it for yourself. And if you want to take this a step further, I've created a free guide for you with the 10 steps to scale your skill set and 10x your impact without trading time for money. You can grab your free copy right now at the description below. Okay, let's do it. Step number 1 is start with monetization. So most people do it backwards and they start a YouTube channel and they just hope and pray that one day they're gonna hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. That will allow them to start monetizing their channel and see some little bits of income start trickling in. So what I recommend and suggest is to start with monetization in mind. And there are so many ways to monetize a YouTube channel. And I actually have a whole other video on this and the 6 ways to monetize yourself, which breaks down each business plan individually. And you can check that out, the link in the description below. But the basic understanding of how you monetize first is understanding that because YouTube is a search engine first and foremost, and of course it's an entertainment platform as well, but if you think about it in terms of being this really powerful search engine, there are people out there right now that are seeking solutions to their problems and answers to their questions that really only you can solve and answer for them. And so you have to think about it in terms of how could I show up with content in front of my ideal client in every place that they are searching. When they go into that search bar and they type in a question or they're looking for an answer, I want to make a piece of content that matches that. Then I'm going to show up in front of these people and a new ideal client will discover me at every minute of every day. And that's the power of this platform as an entrepreneur. But like I said, first and foremost, we need to identify where you're actually going to send those folks. So from your YouTube video, how are you going to turn a viewer into an actual client? The really important thing to remember here is why I don't focus on vanity metrics is because if you're hyper intentional with your content on YouTube and you focus on content that serves your ideal client and the people that you want to impact and in the way that you want to impact them, it takes one viewer to turn into one client. You don't need millions of people to watch your videos or even thousands. If you just have a hyper-targeted audience, that is an extremely profitable tool for your business. So in terms of figuring out what am I going to sell, there are so many ways to do it. You can sell an online program, you can sell a membership, you can have a physical product, you can have a range of digital products, you can have so many things that you choose to monetize through your channel. What I have found to work best is creating an online program, a signature online program. And this is the method that I support my clients that I mentioned earlier with. So very simply put, how it works is you create a YouTube channel that's hyper-targeted in serving the people who need you most, so you can have a deep impact with your content and attract your ideal dream clients. Making that content allows you to magnetize the right people into your videos to watch them. And from your videos, you then want to send them to what I call a conversion site. So that conversion site can be signing up for an email list. It can be going to a webinar or masterclass to find out more information on what you do and how you help people, or it can be to apply for your online program that you've built. Either way, the point of doing things this way is that people don't just watch your content and then forget about you. To really have that deep impact on people, you want to build a relationship with them. So you want to make sure that there are multiple touch points. So not just watching YouTube and then forgetting, but watching YouTube and then capturing them in a way that adds even more value to them and creates a community. If you don't have anything to sell right now, that's okay. The first thing that I did for my YouTube channel is I created a very simple free PDF that was a little checklist, and it went along with one of the videos I created. And from there, my email list just started to grow because people would watch my video, download the checklist. In order to download the checklist, people need to submit their contact information. And so my email list just started to grow on demand, which is really exciting because that built this community of potential clients for me before I even really knew how I was going to grow my business. So that is step one. If you have nothing to sell right now, just focus on sending people from YouTube to an email list. So I'm really curious if this is sparking ideas for you. I want you to comment below with what niche you're in and what it is that you want to do with your YouTube channel. How do you want to monetize it? Step number 2 is accuracy over audience. Now, this is a tricky one to wrap your head around because it goes against pretty much everything that you hear about YouTube. But there is a massive, massive, massive difference between being a creator on YouTube and being an entrepreneur on YouTube and a business owner. Being a creator on YouTube, your main focus is to generate revenue through ADSENSE. And that does rely on you having those vanity metrics like views and subscribers and all of these things. Whereas when you're an entrepreneur on YouTube, it's really about accuracy and who you're attracting to your channel because you only want to be attracting the people you truly want to work with and have an impact on. So I want to talk about the type of content that attracts the accurate audience for you that's going to turn into a really successful business. Before I do, in working with thousands of people on developing this strategy, what I've realized is that there really is this essential flywheel for entrepreneurs on YouTube to create the kind of success and growth that's going to create a really sustainable, healthy business. So it looks like this. I call it cracking the YouTube code, which stands for content optimization, development, and expansion. What it starts with is knowing exactly who you're serving in terms of your ideal viewer and making content that's only relevant for those people so you only attract those people. From there, the algorithm starts to organically categorize your channel and use its internal traffic sources like search, suggested, and browse to push you to more of those ideal viewers and clients. So it starts to work on autopilot for you in building the audience that you truly want to serve without you having to put more effort in. So each video starts to just work for you. So in terms of the type of content that you want to create on a YouTube channel that is about accuracy and attracting ideal clients that will actually convert into paying clients, it really comes down to a couple of types of content that convert the best and that will continue to work for you for the rest of time when you're not working. Those pieces of content are FAQ videos, so answering frequently asked questions that you would get from your ideal clients, because those are the things they're gonna be searching for on YouTube and you can show up in front of them. The second thing is creating tutorials, so teaching, educational content, and the final piece is focusing on keyword-heavy videos because you have to get in the headspace of how your audience would be searching. If you create broad titles on YouTube, nobody's gonna find your videos. If you create super specific titles for your videos, the right people who are seeking out those topics are going to find you, and that's gonna build that hyper-targeted, hyper-profitable, and hyper-impactful audience for you. And like I said, it doesn't need to be a big audience, it just needs to be an accurate audience. Let me know in the comments if that makes sense. Step number 3 is scale on autopilot. So this is when it gets really exciting on YouTube, and this is, again, something I've noticed in working with thousands of people, that is a process that naturally happens when you do this the right way and when you create content like the ideas that I just shared with you, FAQs, tutorials, educational content, keyword-focused content. And it's an amazing thing that can help you build your audience without much effort after a certain amount of time on this platform. So how you want to think about it is that every single video you create is like planting a little seed. And that little seed just starts to bloom and reach more and more and more people over the years because you're showing up in front of the people who are seeking you out. You're not having to push your content in front of people or go out and find the audience. The audience is actually discovering you because YouTube, as I mentioned before, is an intent-based platform. People are on this platform to discover solutions to their problems, answers to their questions. So when you show up in front of them, it's kind of like magic. And they go, wow, that's the perfect person for me. I want to work with that person. That is the go-to authority. So what's beautiful about this is as you start to build a bank of content on YouTube, all of these videos start working for you when you're on vacation, hanging out with friends and family, and when you're not working. And it's growing your email list, and it's getting leads in the door, and it's sending traffic to whatever it is that you've decided to monetize. So what this does is what I call hockey stick growth starts to happen for your channel, and it breaks down into this. So it starts with focusing on search traffic, because search traffic makes your videos, like I said, discoverable in search ranking and starts building your audience from zero. So tutorials, FAQs, educational content. From there, the relevant ideal viewers from your initial videos start seeing your videos and watching them from browse and suggested traffic. And then from there, you build this army of ideal viewers who engage with your videos and feed the algorithm with data so it pushes your videos in browse and suggested to more viewers just like them. And what happens from there is your channel just starts to organically grow on its own without having to put in a ton of effort or produce a ton of content. It is just naturally bringing in more and more of the right viewers because you've told the algorithm who you're trying to reach and what you want to be known for, which makes it really easy for YouTube, because it's a data-driven platform, as is every platform, to understand those key factors to support your channel's growth. Because YouTube wants your channel to grow, but you have to give it the right information in order to help it do that. And this leads to a never-ending pipeline of potential clients, leads, traffic for your business. And that is the magic of creating a channel that can scale to the moon. And it's how our clients have scaled from zero all the way up to multiple six figures a month. Jeffrey, who I mentioned earlier, he started with me with zero audience, zero business. He has now scaled to multiple millions in his online business. He generated his first million in his business from free traffic on YouTube within 18 months. And I'll link to that full video interview I did with him so you can check out the full transformation story, which he's only grown from there, which is really, really exciting. And if you want to take this even further, I've created a video on the 4 steps to sell an online course on YouTube, and it breaks down the specific strategy that you can start to implement for yourself. And like I said, if you're at a place where you really want to stop trading time for money, you want to be able to clone yourself, which I get, then you definitely want to check out my free guide, like I said, on the 10 steps to scale your skill set and 10x your impact without trading time for money. You can grab your free copy of that right now at the description below. If you like this, hit the like button, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment below with your takeaways and also what you're hoping to do and how you want to monetize on YouTube. Totally up to you which game you want to play. This is the game I chose to play. It took the pressure off of me when it came to vanity metrics and allowed me to really focus on my purpose and the impact that I wanted to have with the channel versus trying to chase after views, subscribers, and all of those things. So hope this was helpful. Hope it added a little peace to your life and purpose. That's the whole goal here. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.